in a long time. Obviously, it isn't the most difficult champion to pilot, but you can kind of see if someone does know how to play it like Kongye did early on, the Nature's Grasp usage is definitely a kind of point of differentiation for these Maokais. But here we are, game number 4. If they win this, Beyond will move on to face Frank, and Impunity would be eliminated from the playoffs after taking PSG to game 5.
Oh, instantly, BYG looking for a big pick onto Nature. Nature starts the E and is able to make it out of there relatively scot-free.
Does, and some interesting runes I think picked up. I'm very surprised that Silas went for their first strike against so much range. Kind of feels like Zeri, Talia, Maokai, and Nar are pretty much never going to let you proc that. I feel like the Conqueror would have just been better, but maybe just wants to get towards that first item a little quicker. Obviously does grant you the magic boots. Now, Ghost picked up by both ADCs. Could be a little scary for Feng, obviously not having the cleanse, but for the most part should be fine. I think if he plays far enough back.
Yeah.
I'll be looking a lot towards this top lane matchup as well. Kind of feels like Lakai opted into what is typically a losing matchup. And we've seen what Driver does in these even matchups. So what more can he get done here? He might be the one to put this team on his back and take Impunity to game number 5. Mission is just pushing this mid lane nice and early. It is the E start from Silas, so do have to be a bit respectful of that. But it feels like the Impunity solo laners have pretty much got what they wanted, and they're the ones that are going to need to carry this game for them. I think Alex might have a bit of difficulty, especially now that Wukong is taken away. And something I, of course, want to see is Kongye in the team fights. So many times before has found massive Wukong engages. It's almost uncanny his ability to find them so consistently. And I think that'll be very important, right? Especially on the Zeri.
Ooh. Yeah, both bot lanes hitting to at pretty much the same time. BYG were looking pretty aggressive there. Hook goes wide. The BYG are forced to back off a little bit for now. Nature trying to make the most out of that pressure.
And just a little bit of damage traded back, as in the mid lane, a lot of damage being taken here by the Stylus. Probably nothing will come of it. Talia not really a champion that can hard pressure under the tower, but a nice little lead, and it looks like they're going to drop a ward for themselves on the top side. As long as they hug to that, should be safe. Does have to be careful though. Kongye's Wukong is on the other side. And both bots this time do go for the Doran's Blade. No greedy culls picked up this time. Has certainly been punished before, so you have to feel why. And it is Beyond who currently have Prio in both the side lanes. I'm surprised that Cassandra is getting Prio over the Nara, but maybe just doesn't have enough pressure early on. Alex, though, he's looking towards top. There is a ward there, so I don't think Cassandra can really get ganked. Mid lane continues to go in Mission's favor, at least in the health trades. CS is very, very even, though.
Yeah, Likai has to be a little bit careful here. Alex is wrapping around for now. Likai. Definitely wise of him to back off for now.
Looks like it most likely will be that scuttle trade once again. TP comes in from the Silas. Does just grab himself the Ruby as well as the refillable. So a lot of extra sustain for himself here. And Mission, we'll have to see what build does he go for. Does he go for the tier or is he going for his Shadow Flame build? Looks like he will be skipping the tier. So more early game, maybe we'll be going something like the Liandry Shadow Flame than we saw him pick up before. Something like the Cosmic Drive could be very good in this game as well. Is going to need to be a lot of his team's damage in these fights.
Oh, Kino copying a lot of damage. No pots available for him anymore as well.
Yeah, it's gotten a little lower and is getting poked out a bit.
Yeah, it's interesting to see BYG actually coming out on the losing end of a lot of these trades.
They're still going to be the ones pushing though, and there are pings onto this bot wave. Alex is entering the river and can probably dodge this vision. Chuv comes out mid. A little bit of damage traded over, but again, Mission not really at the point where you can really force out of the lane, and I think Alex did show there. And that's going to allow Impunity's bot lane to regain a little bit of control here. They have themselves a CS lead, which is nice, and Lakai is getting very low on the top side. Driver's been getting some great trades onto him. Does need to be a little careful though, does Driver. Kongye is on his side of the map, and currently Alex is on the opposite side.
Oh, 1116 on the Silas out of mana, and TP already expended. He's in a pretty rough spot here.
I wonder if he will bring Kongyue mid to help him restare, or if he's just going to commit to giving up one of these waves. Mission, I think, all series long has been getting the better of him in lane, but it's the team fights. Alex, though, is looking.
Yeah, he's got a huge angle onto BYG. Definitely going to have to expend some summoners here. Feng, too greedy, gets knocked up and stunned, and is going to get pegged off by Atlan there. First blood, going the way of Impunity, and Feng still expends all of his summoner spells.
Mission, though, also takes a lot of damage in mid. He's going to live. Also forces the flash out of Kongyue. And this is a great early game start for Impunity. That first blood on the Atlan, both sums burned, and now a nice CS lead as well. And I think it was really well played by Alex. I think that Feng didn't really respect that coming out. Thought that Maokai would just be CC'd up by that the Nautilus hook, but unfortunately did not play out like that. And the cannon being lost as well was gobbled up there by Kino. But yeah, massive early game lead, I think, especially onto the right person. As we'll see this, Alex, he finds himself a fabulous window. And I think Feng, again, he was kind of expecting that hook to connect. Unfortunately, the flash W comes out and was just chain CC and locked up. And Alan, he did have to invest his flash into that, but you'd have to say it's well worth it.
Yeah, definitely a very well-timed flash there from Alex. I think it deserves an Oscar for you know, the acting. Yeah, really made Feng believe that the hook was going to hit him, but at the last second, finding that flash route and securing a kill for his ADC. Very, very good start to the game for Impunity. I think that flash off on Kongyue as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it potentially does make it harder to look for any sort of early game plays, and so many of Beyond's early game plays do come from that jungler in Kongyue. Nature has to be careful.
Yeah, they're looking for something to return that with, but Nature's just going to dash to safety. Not much unscathed from that.
Yeah, it does manage to just get away without too much happening, and looks like Dragon is actually started up here by Kongyue. I'd be kind of surprised if they commit to this. I mean, do currently have the priority, but with the Weaver's Wall, this fight can be split up. I think Impunity probably will want to fight this.
Yeah, Mission has a really good angle here for an ultimate.
Is he going to go for it?
Wow,
No.
BYG actually are able to secure it without any contest from Impunity. That's really surprising. I thought for sure Impunity would try something there.
Yeah, I wonder if they just felt like Atlan wasn't yet level 6. And again, it's not the biggest deal in the world. You do have very strong scaling, I think, with the Talia and the Zeri. So I guess maybe just didn't feel the need to risk it. And I can definitely respect that. Have a nice goalie for them.
You don't want to be if you're BYG, as you'll see there.
Okay, yeah, looks like we return to that good game state there for Impunity. And I think, obviously, while it's very early into this game, it's a good sign for them for sure, right? 3-0 on the Zeri is very hard, I think, for the side of Beyond to deal with. Particularly the Silas and the Cassante are going to have such a hard time. We'll have to see if Kongyue can find those engages. Has already picked up a Dragon for his team, is now starting up the Herald. And the way Impunity are moving on the map right now, looks like they're going to try trade bot, maybe? No, Alex is around. Mission was hovering towards bot. Has mid priority, so should be able to force them away.
Yeah, Kongyue does get spotted. Drags the Rift Herald quite far up, but is going to be reset. Wow, that's a weird interaction.
Yeah, Rift Herald's wild. And
he's also not happy about the pause.
It's really not. Now, there are a lot of members around mid, so trying to get supports around for this Herald maybe, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Impunity just play for the trade on bot side, because even if you give up the Herald here, Feng looks very, very diveable.
Feng might just go down there. Actually forces out the Feather Storm. Atlan making use of his gold lead so far to pressure Feng, and now Nature is here.
No Ignite.
No summoners, no Feather Storm available. Nature likely going to be able to pick up the kill here. Oh, Kino's coming in. Nature waits a very long time, finds a great entrance, finds the Q. The last auto doesn't quite connect. Does ultimately find the kill though in the end. Nature dropped very low. Alex is in the area now as well. Might actually look into Kino now. BYG on the top side of the map do pick up the Rift Herald, but Kino's going to be forced off the car. I guess he survives.
Yeah, it does look like he get out, but from bad to worse here for the side of Beyond, the gold lead continues to build, and while they did grab that Herald, there's not really a good place to put it, and look at what's happening to the bot tower.
No.
Feng was solo killed out by Nature, even without the Ignite, and has been denied so much, and after all that, we kind of end up in the exact same game state we were prior to all this. Except it's even worse for Beyond. Maybe they can trade something back. Kongyue's on the bot side, and I think probably wants to Herald bot. Alex's flash was burned. Maybe can look to Herald bot before the Impunity recalls come in, but even at best, you feel like it's only a couple plates, and it really can't equalize what is a No, monstrous gold lead at only 11 minutes here.
Yes, 3,000. The gold lead just keeps getting bigger and bigger. But wait, Kongya bringing some of it back. Not too sure how that happened, but there's going to be a shutdown going his way. And now, finally, BYG on the board. They're going to drop the Rift Herald down as well. Feng is going to pick up a lot of this gold too.
And it's a nice pickup, but it's honestly probably not in the place you really need it to be. I think you need Feng on the Xayah to be the one getting this gold. Otherwise, it's just going to be at an extreme 80 carry item deficit all game long. It is the shield bow already completed as we'll get a replay. Looks like court shopping, maybe?
Kongya
did spot him out.
Walks around the corner, the last second of the recall, and actually cancels the dash over the wall as well from Atlan with the Cyclone, so crucial there to picking up that kill.
It was just that flash trade. I got the kill, 600 gold there for himself, and did manage to herald bot, so at least got a little bit of gold. But
he's got the Sunder as well, so actually pretty good power spike for him.
Yeah, I was about to say Mythics are being completed, right? You got the Mythic on the Cassante, the Wukong, and the Silas. But really not having it on Feng is going to make future fights difficult. They do have a Dragon already, so they can kind of afford to play this out a little slower. But it's definitely not the game state you want here.
Yeah, Impunity just keep pushing down where it hurts. Mission. Yeah, Kino is now pretty much defenseless. Mission is in the area as well. Nature pops the ultimate, but isn't going to find anything just yet. Does charm up and knock up Feng, and he's down for the count. Flash available, but no chance to use it at all. But now 1-1-6, looking to see what he can do in the back end. Steals a account, finds Alex. Now looking on Atlan. Atlan has no summoners available. BYG, Kino's hook just goes wide. And it's going to get picked up by Mission. Now Impunity, they've turned it around yet again. 1-1-6, and Kongya now the targets. 1-1-6 picks up a kill for his troubles, but not before he is taken out. Atlan once again picking up so many kills.
He's on 5 kills now, and he's about to grab the solo tower gold for himself, as well as 5 full plates here at just 13 minutes. And while it was nice, I think, for 1-1-1-6 on the Silas to grab 2 kills, you have to feel overall things go from bad to worse to much worse.
Yeah.
As Atlan now 5 kills and so far ahead.
It actually looked like a pretty good turnaround from BYG, but then the turnaround around from Impunity ultimately seals the deal for them. Let's have a look at how this all played out.
Yeah, I mean, the hook being used so early from Kino, I feel like, honestly, just needed to save that for the dive. They did a good job of delaying Nature, but ultimately got CC'd up. And then 1-1-6, he came down. Honestly, I think he played this probably as well as he could have. Used their quickness to great effect here, but really just don't have the damage after that, right? The hook doesn't quite connect. Kino just gets taken out by a random Talia Q. The flash forward as well. Manages to secure both of these kills. And you kind of feel like the game is almost unlosable for Impunity. A 5,000 or 4,000, excuse me, gold lead. Don't do maths in public. At 14 minutes. And look how ahead this area is, halfway to 2 items. And Feng hasn't even completed the Mythic.
Oh, it's so rough for Feng especially. They've tried their best to try and find some kills to get themselves back in the game, but it's just not enough. Impunity, they're too strong at this point.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult. And something we haven't really talked about all game long is this top lane matchup, which has been quietly going in Driver's favor. Nature's Grasp is committed. Ooh.
Yeah, 2 Nature's Grasp. They're crisscrossing.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that was like perfect 90-degree angle. Yeah. The ref getting a bit of a glow up, but not much is going to come from either of those ultimates. Impunity, they're getting mid priority for now.
And it will be Driver TPing back top. He has himself the Triforce now, so he can start getting stuff done. Mid tower's taking a bit of damage, and I'd be surprised if Beyond can find any sort of fight anytime soon. At the same time, I don't think you really outscale in this game, and not with the state that Feng's in.
Yeah.
So what is your play? I mean, maybe you just try and make some crazy engage with Kongya and the Nordal.
Yeah, it feels like 1-1-6 has to find some sort of creative angle as well. We did see him, wreak havoc on that bot lane skirmish. Hopefully he can find something like that again. But yeah, I guess the biggest question is just, do we have enough damage to even kill the members of Impunity?
It doesn't really feel like it, right? They're now 2 items on this area.
Oh,
Full item ahead at only 15 minutes. Yeah, you kind of got to think that any fight that Beyond take is just going to be losing unless they can find some sort of pick onto Atlan before the fight. Maybe on the Alex, though.
1-1-6 tries to find the chains, but Alex flashes away just before they're able to connect. Kongya has a bit of a juicy angle here.
Atlan almost has the flashback up, and it looks like Nature actually will not spot him out. Kongya narrowly avoids the vision, but will just go back to his own side of the jungle.
We have seen BYG, really flex their muscles in these team fights, so potentially they can just outplay Impunity and make that their way back into the game, but definitely is going to be a tall order. Weaver's Wall comes out from mission, zones BYG off the turret.
And the Nature's Grasp as well.
Yeah, easy pickings for Impunity. Having that mid lane tower down so early creates so much space. Driver now looking on 116. Is going to walk that one off for now.
Your shots did go a little bit wide there, but not to matter. Now, cooldowns were used, right? There's a lot of ults down from the side of Impunity. Perhaps Beyond could actually find a window here when they have the ult advantage. You still have to feel that the only way you can win a fight is if you can somehow kill Atlan. Maybe with the stolen Nara, the Cyclone, and the depth charge, they could find a way. But if they lose this fight, you know, they're in big trouble.
Yeah. Oh, actually finding a pick on the driver. Take him out before he even reaches Mega. Now BYG, it's 5 versus 4. This might be their chance back into the game. Depth charge finds all the members of Impunity. Now Leakai on the flank. They're going to get knocked out by Nature. Takes... Oh my god, he's gone all out.
I think
now,
oh
my god. Atlan doing so much damage. He's chasing down so many members. 3 kills. Double kill for Mission. A single kill for Atlan as well. He's now on a killing spree. And somehow Impunity, they just slap BYG with their wallets and run away with that teamfight win.
It really is, yeah. I think the start of the teamfight pretty nice there from the side of Beyond, but look how much damage comes out of the Impunity carries. And importantly, you know, pretty much all the cooldowns were used on killing Driver and Alex, I think it was. And then after that, you've just got nothing left. Probably should have just taken the 2 kills and run. Instead, they try and chase for more. It really didn't work out. So we'll kind of see here. There's so much used onto the Gnar, I think is a little questionable. The quickness was wasted once again by Nature, and Alex jumps down, but just look now, what have you really got to continue to chase? They looks good because it's 5v3, but Atlan is full HP this entire time and just does so much damage so early in the game, and I don't know, I think you do feel pretty desperate here as Beyond. You have to try and make stuff happen. Unfortunately, couldn't, and you almost feel like with that your chances in this game are sort of running out. As even the Magi is picked up now by Mission. Working on that Navori is Atlan. Actually, looks like he's reasonably close to it. Has a Herald as well. I didn't even notice he yoinked that.
He's got everything under his belt, and especially that Runins in that last fight really did wonders for him. When you have 4 members running straight at you, you get so much value out of those extra bolts from your auto attacks. Now things zoned off once again with the Weaver's Wall. Impunity turning their sights towards the second mid lane turret.
Let's go down Beyond, maybe looking for something.
Oh, Keno finds the hook onto Alex. Gonna get rooted up as well. 116 waiting on the sidelines with the Ricano available. Does charm up one. Alex gonna actually get taken out. Shut down to 4. Leakai as well on the side of that. Picks off Mission. Now BYG once again might have a look into this fight, but Finger's already down for the count. That's probably their main DPS now. Leakai gonna be the target. Driver is about to go Mega. Nature dropped very low. Kongya and 116 now on the run. Driver, he's going to be looking for some sort of CC to get Atlan going, but Kongya going to flash over the wall all the way to safety. Impunity might turn their sides to the Hextech Drake now.
It looks like they won't. In the meantime, 2 towers went down. I think it was the mid-tier 1 and the top, or sorry, the mid-tier 3 and the top-tier 1, which was kind of strange. I guess the Herald was still going mid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now Dragon should be picked up here, and you almost think that Atlan will for sure have the Navori before 20 minutes, which is, you know, it's one of those starts you kind of only get really in solo queue. You very rarely see just this sort of lead, especially in a series that has been so competitive, you know, all series long. As we're going to replay of that fight. Importantly, Atlan doesn't have his sums for this fight, so it has to be a little bit more muted.
Oh no, the Rift Herald as well on the side just gets completely ignored from both teams.
Yeah, it was just damaging, and Mission got taken on a journey, lost all 10 of his Magi stacks, which doesn't feel too good. But once again, Atlan just feels untouchable in these fights, and you can kill as many other members as you want, but unless this area goes down, there really is no chance, I think, that you come away with the victory in those fights. Another tower falls. Navori completed. Doesn't matter you've got 0 stacks on the Magi's for Mission because you have a 3-item ADC at 20 minutes.
Definitely a huge threat on the side of Impunity, and now a 7k gold lead for them. Atlan is having he's having fun.
He really is, yeah. Can just run this game over from now on. Alex, he's being looked at again.
Oh, Alex might get called out. Does get hooked. Flashes away with the Nature's Grasp as well to dissuade any further engage. And now Leakai is in the middle of 4. He's not going to survive for too long here. Does go down before he is able to go all out. Keno now going to likely be the sacrifice here. But BYG might actually have 116 going down as well. Does dodge away from the shove, but now goes golden in front of 4 people once again. Taken out by Alex. And now Impunity going to be looking towards the Baron.
Yeah, it looks like they should be able to grab this, and you kind of feel like the game won't last too much longer beyond this, because on the side of BYG,
beyond this,
they really can't stand up to just the sheer amount of gold that Impunity has, particularly on Atlan, who they just honestly don't have the damage for him, right?
Yeah.
They can't take him out. He just lifesteals too much and has too much peel on his side. Alex kind of keeps being that target, but realistically, it would be nice to kill him, but if it comes at the cost of using all your cooldowns,
not really worth it.
Yeah, no, but to be
what else
honest,
can you do?
yeah, there is nothing else you can do. It is just such a lost cause here. Down 11,000 gold at 21 minutes. Impunity, I think, could play to end the game with this Baron. Do they need to? Probably not, but I think they should. It looks like Atlan is working on probably the BT as his next item is going to go from unkillable to extra unkillable, as you would say. Shadow Flame now completed as well for the Talia. Even Redemption picked up on Alex. He knows what role he's playing this game.
Yeah, truly the support king, and that just provides so much extra healing. Actually, the double Redemption, okay, that's a bit weird.
That's going to be a lot of healing.
That is a lot of healing. I think it does get reduced for the second one in a short period of time, but regardless, Atlan, I'd be very surprised to see him die at all for the rest of this game.
Yeah, kind of feels like there is no way to touch him, maybe with the Nord ult, but you really just don't have the follow-up damage for as towers are being sieged. And remember that mid and Heb is already open from the Herald before.
Hook just barely soaked up by Alex. Almost hit Atlan there. Could have potentially been some sort of entry point. But really, opportunities for BYG are rapidly diminishing in this game. Impunity at 22 minutes already knocking on the mid lane inhibitor.
Yeah, it's getting taken very low as that top tier 2 finally goes down. Impunity, if they can find some engage, will, as we say,
there's his grasp, and Weaver's Wall once again being used to zone BYG off of the turrets.
Kino flashed, I think. What comes out?
Oh, Kino finds a depth charge, but Allen going to flash away to safety, all the way into his backline, very comfortable. Now he's going to start chasing them down already. Godlike finds one, finds two. Will he be able to find more? Leakai and Fing forced to sit under the Nexus Tower as the last remaining bastion of hope. Kongya finds a couple with a Cyclone, but it's not going to matter too much. Alex going straight into the back line. Leakai actually finds two knockups, but Fing flashing away, not doing too much damage to the driver. It's going to get picked up by Mission in the end. Nature as well, just kind of zoning BYG all the way back to the fountain. But what do you know? Impunity taking out Game 4. And we're going to Silver Scrapes.
Oh, we certainly are. It is Game 5 for the 4th day in a row here in the PCS. And that game, I mean, it did get away from Beyond very early on, and there's always a little asterisk on that game, right, of what would have happened if not for, all the pauses and all the chrono breaks. And it's something you actually have to worry about, I think, for Beyond in Game 5, because how can you maintain a good mental state after, that sort of game? It's really tough. Now, importantly, they will get to choose sides, and you have to think red side has been looking good for them, so they most likely will look to it. But Game 5, I kind of feel like the momentum favors Impunity pretty heavily.
Yeah, it's so hard to, be able to reset from a tough game like that. You fall behind so early on, potentially, out of some, weird League of Legends witchcraft. But yeah, ultimately Impunity taking out Game 4 in a very dominating fashion.
They do, and I think that going on to Game 5, Impunity, they did kind of find some good stuff there. Like, they were on the red side, which was, again, their favorite side. But I really liked that they took the Zeri. I think it actually worked out very, very well for them. And I think also it kind of showed us that they don't need the Wukong so